All the while your heart's on fire, keeping off to your own desire. Look at all you've endured, heartaches that have crushed your worth. All the while your mind's at war, you keep coming back for more.
What is going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. In the last video, I spoke a lot. You're really far away. That's better. In the last video, I spoke a lot about, I just had a big rant about sort of finding the willpower, the determination, the dedication to get on with things. And I just wanted to talk to you really about what I do to actually overcome that. It's not just about sort of getting up and finding a little thing to do, like to have the dedication to do these things day in, day out for months on end, and if not years on end. You need to be organized. So this is going to be a lot about organization, and simply organization just comes down to to-do lists. Honestly, like, it's an extremely old-fashioned way of doing things, but some of the most old-fashioned way to do things are the best way to do things. Like, why change something if it's not broken? Yeah, why change something if it's not broken? So I use Google Tasks. It's an app you can download, it's free, absolutely fantastic. That's how I organize pretty much everything I need to do on a time basis. Okay, so you can set reminders, you can create folders about everything you need to do with certain tasks. So I've got a folder to do with my online business side of things, I've got a folder to do with my online training side of things, and then I've got other just random tasks that I need to complete. Okay, now if, like me, I have an awful memory. If you're at all like me and you have a bad memory and you have bad organization skills, then having everything written down is fantastic. I'm not old-fashioned enough to have pen and paper to-do lists, and that is primarily because I lose it. Okay, I have lost pen and paper to-do lists countless times, and it is horrific. When you've written everything down on a piece of paper and you're like, right, I know exactly what I need to do, and then you put it down somewhere nice and safe, and it's gone. Okay, it's the worst thing. If it's in your phone, you're not going to forget about it. You know, you're not going to lose it. It's going to automatically remind you to do things, and it has saved my ass the past couple of months so many times. Okay, organization is key to determination and dedication. Okay, now there are things in your life that you're just going to do day in, day out. Like if you're a parent, for example, you're going to wake up and make your kids food, you're going to pack the lunchbox for them, you're going to remember to pick them up and take them to school. Okay, they're things that are just automatically programmed in your brain in order for you to do it. Okay, now you want to achieve something, take working out every day for a prime example, then you need to change your neurological pathways and your autopilot mode to work out every day. I don't think about working out every day, I just think about when I'm going to work out every day, because I've been working out for so long now, it's ingrained in me. If I didn't work out every day, then I just feel a complete useless bum. That's the best way to describe it. I feel like a complete useless bum. So, you know, but that's my neurological pathways. They're built up, they're programmed to work out every single day, okay? It's very hard for me at the moment to sit down and do online courses and all this work every day because I'm not programmed to do it. What I'm programmed to do, realistically, is sit down with the missus, watch TV and eat snacks, you know, and smoke and drink and go out and do all those things. It's taken me 6 months to sort of change my pathways to just working all the time and not going out, not going partying, you know, and I've had to fade it off slowly. It's like any addiction. It's the best way to describe it. Let's just, you know, just say that, for example, I was addicted to smoking, I was addicted to drinking and going out and doing all those things. So I did what I thought was best. I came all the way around the other side of the world so that I didn't have those options. However, that's what I thought, right? Go around the other side of the world and then you won't be able to do those things because you won't have those things to do with people. But you know, I'm a very social person. I'm a very active person. Like, I've made friends quite quickly, and I've unfortunately made sort of some of the wrong friends in terms of they love going out partying and drinking all the time. So, you know, it just followed me. But then I realised over the past couple of days that it hasn't followed me. That's just who I am. And so no matter if you change your situation, or if you change your social habits, if you change your friends, like, your habits and your way of doing things will follow you, even though you want to blame it on someone else. Like I did, for prime example, I wanted to blame it on my situation at home. I wanted to blame it on the people I was hanging around with, but it wasn't their fault. They are who they are, and I wanted to be with them. So it was me that needed to change. And like I said, it's taken me 6 months to do that. It's taken me 6 months to change. I've only been using this to-do list I've been describing for the past like couple of weeks, like a lot, and it's changed everything. You know, I plan everything out the night before about what I'm going to do the next day, and I need to make sure that I tick those tasks off every single day, and then I feel complete. You know, it's the same with working out. I've been working out for so long, if I don't work out, I don't feel complete. I don't feel like I've done anything in a day. And now it's the same with all this work. If I don't do the work, if I don't do the tasks that I set out to do, then I don't feel complete. And don't get me wrong, I still schedule in rest time. I still watch movies. I still sit down and do the things that I love to do, because that's what I love to do. I need my downtime. I need to be able to relax and enjoy my life, and that's what I fundamentally like to do. Some people like to read. Some people like to go and do different things. Some people like to knit. Some people like to, you know, do things like that. I like to just sit down and watch a good film. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people like to game for hours on end. You know, whatever you like to do. You can't cut out parts of your life like that, because otherwise it's going to be detrimental to you. You aren't going to enjoy your life. And like I've always said, we're not here for very long. We need to make sure that we actually enjoy our lives. So I still factor in those things, but I make sure that I actually schedule everything I need to do first. Does that make sense? So, like, the whole rant I went on earlier, or last video, about the motivation and the determination and the dedication to do the things that I don't want to do, and I was really struggling to get up and do them, is because I was sat down for too long and I never really had the urge to do it. But now that I've gone up and done it, and I've bashed it out in 4 hours. 4 hours it took me to complete 5 tasks, yeah? And that's after I worked at my job for 5 hours and, you know, got home, you know, spent time on public transport and stuff. And I factor in the things I want to do while I'm doing other things. Does that also make sense? So like I like to sit down and scroll through social media, for a prime example. I do that when I'm on the bus, when I've got nothing else to do. Perfect time to do it. You know, I sit on public transport for nearly 2 hours every day. You know, I might as well do that then, because I'm not focusing. I'm always looking out and making sure I'm not missing my stop. I've always, you know, there's things going on that are quite interesting. I don't want to sit down and focus on something I actually need to focus on, like my online work, clients, courses, when I've got distractions around me. But like, mindlessly scrolling through social media is something that I can do, and you know, it's relaxing, and I feel like I've done what I wanted to do. And then get home, get everything done that I need to get done, courses, workout, I'm about to go for my run, and then I feel like I've accomplished so much today. I honestly feel like I've accomplished so much today, and it's only 5 o'clock in the evening. You know, I'm going to go for my run. It's going to take me 20 minutes. I'm going to be back, shower, sort myself out, get in bed, get a movie on, and then, you know, last meal of the day going in, and then I've done everything I needed to do, and then more as well, because I've actually planned everything out and I had a list of everything I needed to do. I did that list. You know, my list was make sure I film at least one video, get my online training done for my marketing stuff, and then get my online training done for my exercise stuff from work, and make sure I've got all my work up to date for next week. get my workout in, and then get my run in. So I've done everything. By the time I've gone back from my run, I've done everything. And this is the second video that I've shot today. And when I get back from my run, I sort of want to do another video as well while I'm cooking some food. So fundamentally, I've done 2 extra videos today, which is absolutely fantastic. It's gonna put me ahead weeks. It's not like taking much time out of my day, but it's gonna enable me to focus on other things for longer periods of time over the coming weeks. So, you know, planning your time out and making sure you know what you're doing the night before, and then waking up and doing it, like having a list, and then you're very accountable for yourself as well. When you look at your list at the end of the day and you think, and you're checking everything off, because it literally on this Google Tasks thing, you can put mark as complete. And you can't mark something as complete if you haven't done it, and then it shows up in red, and I'm just thinking, God, what, like why? And you ask yourself, why haven't you done that? Like, what stopped you doing that? And if it's just yourself being on social media for too long, watching too many films, taking too long to do something, then you need to change something about yourself. You need to change something about your day and make sure that you actually get it done. And like I said, it's not quick. It's taken me 6 months to get to this stage. It's taken me a good couple of weeks to really nail down my timing and my organization, my sleep, because, you know, I've been working so hard. I know I spoke about this in a couple of videos ago about work-life balance, and I've just been working so hard and mentally and physically fatigued, so I haven't wanted to do these things. Finding the right balance, waking up at the right time, going to bed at the right time, getting enough sleep, and, you know, not training too hard, training hard enough, working out what is fundamentally important to me and what day, all extremely important things. And I'm glad that I've done the things that I've done in the way that I've done them. So then it's just progression. And it's like I've taken the action, now I'm progressing, and then it's just maintenance. You just keep doing it. And because I'm so used to doing it, by the time I hit that stage, I won't need to-do lists. Does that make sense? I'll just be doing it. I'll just wake up, right, today's a YouTube video, today's editing, today's the course, you know, and the other thing is the courses won't last forever. You know, not many things in many people's lives are permanent. Okay, so even a parent, for example, like your kids will grow up one day, they'll become self-sufficient, and you won't need to do that. So you'll have so much extra time in your hands to focus on yourself. Just like me at the moment, like all I'm doing is pouring my entire time and effort into focusing myself, growing my business, making sure my clients are getting the best results they can, and, you know, growing myself as a person, changing my behavior, changing my strategies. And, you know, so when these courses are over, I'll have so much more free time to sit down and watch more movies, focus more on making videos. There's so much, you know, everything comes to an end at some point, unfortunately. So I'm quite excited to be able to do these courses, get the qualifications from it, and move on. And then once I've moved on, you know, moving on to something different, I can start another course, you know, I can have more time to sit down and do these videos. All of these different things, you know, absolutely fantastic, but it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't organize my time properly. And that's fundamentally what it comes back to: organization, time management, and then that almost makes you more determined. It doesn't really matter how much willpower you have. If you've got no idea what you're doing and there's no structure to what you're doing, then you won't end up doing it, or you might do some of it and you won't do all of it. Does that make sense? So it's just a quick one, really. I just sort of wanted to get that out, as, you know, I'm in a very headstrong organization sort of mood. To change what you want to do in your daily life, you need to have a plan. It's all about plan. It's all about goals. It's all about knowing where you want to be in the next few months, in the next few years. And I know that might sound, it's not like childish, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you're younger and you're in school and teachers say to you, where do you want to be in 5 years? And you're like, how am I supposed to know where I want to be in 5 years? You know, I'm 13, like I want to be an astronaut. That becomes a lot more apparent when you get older, because you do have these goals, and if you don't, then I highly suggest you go and get some goals. You know, sit down, brainstorm on a pen and paper. do you want to be the same person you are in 5 years? And look at yourself 5 years ago. Are you the same person? If I look at myself 5 years ago, I was degenerate, drug addict, horrible, person, realistically. And how much have I changed in the past 5 years? Christ, if you went back to me 5 years ago when I was in parks doing extremely naughty things and said, you're going to be around the other side of the world completely by yourself, working 24 hours a day or like 20 hours a day, I would have laughed. I absolutely laughed, and I would have said, no, I'm going to be doing this in 5 years, 150%. But goals change. You look at yourself and you think, do I really want to be here in 5 years? Do I want to be where I am in 5 years? And and then go back 5 years before that. When I was just playing video games all day and I was fat and I was just eating. And, I turned to myself at that point, at the age of, God knows, 15? No, 13, 12. And I said to myself, right, you, fat little bastard, are going to be in a park doing very naughty things. I'd have been like, no, I'm not. I'm going to be sat playing Xbox in 5 years because that's what I love to do. Goals change, people change, and you need to look at yourself and think, where am I going to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where should I be in 5 years? Because do you really want to be in the same dead-end job, stacking shelves in your local grocery market or whatever? Prime example. And then, think, okay, I don't want to be in that position in 5 years' time. What am I going to do today that is going to progress me to that stage? Yeah? So take action now. Make a to-do list. And make a big to-do list of where you want to be in 5 years. Write down your goals. Write down what actions you need to take to achieve those goals, yeah? So take me 3 years ago. When I was starting my personal training course out, I wrote a big brainstorm on what I wanted to achieve at the end of the course. And at the end of the course, I wanted to set up a website and start building a brand and a business to help people with fitness, right? And then immediately I saw road bumps and speed bumps in the way of me achieving those goals. The market is overly saturated. There's loads of PTs out doing that. You can't just focus on being a personal trainer. And I even spoke to some personal trainers and they said, yeah, there's lots of money in personal training, but you have to be extremely good at what you do. Okay, so then I thought, okay, I know I'm good at what I do, but to go a step further, I need to find a specific niche. I need to target the industry in a way that it hasn't been targeted before. And so then it came to me and I thought, right, I've been through all these mental health challenges in my life. I've gone through some extremely traumatic experiences, and fitness has helped me out of that. And furthermore, I've been able to help my friends and my family regain a sense of control over their traumas, their horrible life experiences through fitness. Let's market on that. And that's my niche. That's me. I want to help people who have mental health problems fix them, not only through fitness, but through counseling and trauma therapy. And that's why I've built this company the way I have. That's why I've spoken to trauma therapists. That's why I've got them on board. And that's why, you're able to speak to them if you come through the company, blah, blah, blah. That was the whole point of what I wanted to do. And so then I had the main goal, which was, right, company. I want a company. To get the company, I need to have trauma therapists, I need to have counselors, I need to have a website, I need to have a brand, and then that's my niche. That was the main goal. Subsequently, coming off of that, I needed to speak to counsellors, I needed to speak to trauma therapists, I needed to get qualified, I needed to build the brand, I needed to make a company name, I needed to make a logo. All of those tasks came from that, okay? And then I organised it into days, and then I organised it into a priority list, first and foremost. So what's the biggest priority? Okay, talking to therapists and counsellors and all of that has to come after I've nailed down on branding, logos, and I've built a website so that I can show them what I've done. Okay, so then it was build the website. When the website was being built, I off marketed that to somebody else. I then went to somebody else for logo design and brands and all of that. And then I thought of a company name, Mind and Body Fitness. And so then I was like, right, okay, I've got that. And then I went to the logo people and I went, right, this is the name. I need a logo, and I need, fancy bits and bobs in order to progress that. Then from there, I was able to get that onto the website. From the website, I was able to build the program list. I was able to put the products. I was able to build a community center. I was able to put everything I wanted to do on the website. From there, I then was able to speak to counselors. I was like, right, so this is my website. This is my brand. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to achieve. This is where I want to be in 5 years. Do you see how it's going to work? And it can be down to anything. Have the goal, break it down into different components, then break it down into steps, and then organize those steps into priorities. Then those priorities become daily tasks. Okay? All time management, and it might take years. It took me years, and it's gonna take you years. And then by doing that, you will get the determination, the willpower, and the dedication in order to do that, because that's where you want to be. That's where you want to go. Okay? And then you break those tasks down into daily segments. Okay? So I have to take the kids to school. I have to pick the kids up from school. I've got to make the kids lunch. I then have to put the kids to bed, and I've got to spend some time with them in the evening, okay? Then I've got to focus on myself, I've got to get to work, okay? And out of all of that, plan all of that in a day, and looking at the day, okay, I've got 3 hours spare to work on myself. After the kids have gone to bed, I've got an hour. I've got an hour to get, once I'm home from work, just before I've got to pick them up, and then just after I drop them off, I've got another hour. So in those 3 individual hours, rather than sit on social media for an hour, sacrifice that and sit down and work on yourself, work on whatever you need to do. Does that make sense? But yeah, God, that was a lot of words very, very quickly, but I knew exactly how I needed to get it out. So I really hope that helps you in your determination, in your goals, in the way you want to go in life, because you won't be the same person you were 5 years ago. You will not be the same person in 5 years that you are today. Okay, take action, do something about it today, make positive change to your life, and everything will come the way you want it, the way you deserve it to be. If you want to be that person, then you've got to put the hard work in now and make sure that you get there. Oh, I've got to go for a run now. I'm not up for a run, but it's on my list of things to do today. I've got a big 14K run tomorrow, so I feel like I need the practice. And yeah, hope you took something away from this, guys. Please hit up the website if you need any support or training, and have a fantastic day. I shall see you next week.